Hello, what's up, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Taylor, and today we are doing my very last Joann's haul, probably my entire life, because since last week, I think, or like a few days ago, Joann's has announced that they are officially closing every single location. In this video though, I do want to show some of the stuff I got literally the week before they announced the first round of liquidation, which was going to be closing 500 and keeping 300 or something along those lines of stores. And yeah, basically I've gone to Joann's 3 times in the last month, and I'm gonna share everything with you. And this first set of stuff is gonna be pre-liquidation. So let's get into, I guess, my very last Joann's haul ever. I can't believe these words are coming out of my mouth. So everything I got pre-liquidation is actually in this basket. This basket my sisters got me for my bachelorette with a bunch of stuff in it when I was getting married 2 years ago now. And I still had the basket. So I said, wow, this is a perfect yarn basket. So I guess to just show you some of the yarns that I do have, and there are some projects attached to them still. I guess eventually, I don't remember if I did this on camera or if this was just for me, but I started to do a moon. And this is, I'm pretty sure, the sugar and cream yarn. The color, I couldn't tell you off the top of my head, but it's this lovely purple, and it's a cotton, and it's pretty good. I like it. I have made a bunch of stuff out of this specific brand. This is the other one that I got, and you guys have seen this in my crafting diaries for sure. This is the pink yarn that I've been using for my heart granny squares, which is a work in progress. Let's just say that. I had 2 of these, by the way, and one is fully used up, or maybe it's like little baby insides are in this basket, but there was not much left of this when I finished one full yarn. This was all I had left from my first ball of yarn, and I'm gonna put this away now before Shadow comes to fight it, because I can see her walking towards me now. Stay there, woman. Now, if I remember correctly, this yellow is the Sugar and Cream brand as well. Where the label went, I couldn't tell you, but I know I bought 2 different yellows, and this is the other one, and it's the Big Twist brand. So I think that this one is the Sugar and Cream one. Any of these that don't have a label, by the way, I'm just gonna put the name on the screen so you can see in case you are curious to try to find it yourself. Good luck, because my Joann's were very, very picked over. And some of the stuff that I couldn't find my first liquidation trip, I still couldn't find it on my second. But yeah, this is the Big Twist yarn. This is also cotton. It's just some nice yellows. And I feel like on camera you can tell that these are 2 different yellows, but in person they look very similar, with this one just being a slightly more like golden. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Okay. That purple, I forgot I bought 2 of them. So it is the Sugar and Cream, and it is in the shade Dark Orchid. And it is a beautiful purple. It truly is. I really like it. I've been using it for a kind of newish project. I don't know if I filmed it for my craft diaries or not. There's a few things I'm gonna show you. Really, it's just one thing I'm gonna show you eventually that I did fully off camera because I just needed to know I could do it. Good stuff. This is good stuff. Big Twist white cotton. Again, I mean, I used it on this granny square. This video should be up by now. Another really great like white cotton. I mean, it's white cotton. That's it. That's it. And then for blue yarns, I do have 2 because I wasn't sure when I originally bought them, like how they were gonna look in person. This is the Big Twist color in, I think it's New Jeans, which is hilarious because, you know, can I play it? I don't think I can play it, but super shy, super shy. Okay, that's all you're getting from me. Anyways, this is in the color New Jeans. It's like a muted, it's truly like a denim blue. It looks much more vibrant on camera, but it is a true denim blue. And then the other blue that I got is the Sugar and Cream cotton. All these are cotton, by the way, so far. And this one I think is in marine blue, which you can see it's a very royal bright blue. And I like these a lot. So that is everything that I got right before Joann's announced that they were liquidating the first round of stores that they were liquidating. Then after the liquidation got announced, I went like, I think the Tuesday afterwards. So like the very first week of liquidation, because I was just curious. I actually went twice. The first time I just went and looked around and I didn't buy anything. And then the second time that I went, I did end up buying a good amount of stuff. And I'm gonna show you that now. So this is everything that I got my first round of post-liquidation sales. Now, before I show you everything, if you watch my YouTube shorts, you will have seen basically everything in this bag, but I'm gonna show you anyways. And I guess we'll start with the thing that I actually already turned into a project. So if I can think about putting the footage of what the skeins looked like here, editing Taylor, thank you. This is what I ended up making, which is this amazing scarf, and I really love how the colors came out. They pop really good. This is the Lion brand yarn, and I think it was like a recycled polyester. I'm honestly not positive, but I was really drawn to these colors. I love the blues, the greens, the purples, and it is pretty warm for what it is. And this was like my first ever wearable project that I ended up doing, which I'm actually really happy with. The yarn was a little frustrating to work with, and I guess I can explain why when I show you the same type of yarn, but in a different color, which I guess I'll show you now. So this yarn, because it is recycled, it has like a lot of fuzz to it. So this is the same exact brand and type in just a different color. And it has these beautiful like greens and oranges, purples, blues, reds. To me, this kind of like made me think of like a desert almost. And actually, I did not see any more of this yarn in particular when I went. And I do have 4 skeins of this, with one of them already being in a ball because I was going to just use it immediately. But then I decided I already have a scarf. So like, what would I make out of this? So I just did do 1 into a ball, and then 3 are still as skeins. I'm not really sure what I want to make out of it. I do think like it would be like a cool, I don't even know what. I want to make something though. So if you have any suggestions that would really show off the colors really well, let me know. If it's really just gonna be like another scarf, like I'll do that too, but I only need 2 for that, so then I'd still have 2 left. There's like a lot of options here, but I really love how these colors look. And I mean, like, they're gorgeous. I don't even think the camera does it justice how good they look. Beautiful yarn. I love this. Also from like that same section, I did get this. It's the same brand as well, a Lion brand. And it is like, it's called the Landscape Renewed. And it's just blues and grays for this. This is really soft. So I don't know what I should make out of this, but I do think that this would be really nice to work into something. I mean, eventually it'll all get made into something. Just what that something is right now, I don't know. I thought that this would be really nice. And it's so soft. It's so soft. And this is in the color South Wind. And what is it made out of? It's recycled polyester. That's it. I like this one a lot as well. Super soft. These, the recycled Lion brand, by the way, are really, really soft, but I do fear that all of them will do what the blue did and kind of like just start like fraying out, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know if you can see like the layer of fuzz sticking off, but when you're doing this, like crocheting it, it is a little frustrating because you get stuck in all of like the little bits and pieces. So that is like the only downfall of it, but it works out to be very pretty. And then the final skein I got from that trip was actually this Wool Ease, the Thick and Quick. And I did start to make a beanie out of it, which is why it's wrapped weird like this. But the beanie pattern I was using, it was like a single slip stitch beanie. This material is just way too thick and it felt like a rock when I got halfway through crocheting it. So I did end up just pulling it apart. I found a few tutorials online that I might follow to do a beanie still with this material because I do like the colors, I like the neutrals, and I like that it's like a wool acrylic blend. So it'll keep you warm and you can wash it because it's a blend. So I have a few tutorials that I have for this. It's just a matter of doing it. So a few more like random things. This is actually a purchase I kind of regret buying. These are supposed to be gloves for when you're crocheting or knitting, and it is by this brand, Lion Brands. These gloves, this is the small, they only had the small, and I did the size chart in the back and my hands are supposed to fit a small. This is like squeezing water balloons over my hands. Like, they hurt to wear. I really need, I think, better, so like some sort of glove or something that really alleviates the pain, because sometimes, I don't know if it's just the way I'm holding everything and like gripping it really tight, but I can't help it. It's just the way that my hands are, and then they get all locked up and they hurt. It's a long story, but basically, this is a slight regret purchase. I'm sure if I stretch them out a little bit, maybe they won't hurt as bad, but it kind of just feels like I'm cutting off circulation to my hands, and I don't know if that's really helping my hand pain problem. Unless that's what they're supposed to do, you can let me know in the comments below. Maybe I'm just not realizing that's the purpose of the gloves, but that's like my one regret. So now we're just like kind of on some miscellaneous things. For one, I did get this really cute dish towel or like hand towel, and it has a strawberry plant on it. You guys should know strawberries are like my favorite kind of motif. I've already shown you my strawberry teapot that I thrifted because of the fact that it looks like strawberries. So yeah, can't expect anything less from me. Then I did buy these knitting needles, and why I bought them, looking back now, I don't know, because this is the only knitting material that I bought besides like yarn. Do I know how to knit yet? No, I don't. And there are a few other things I think I want to teach myself before I dive into the world of knitting. But it's kind of cool that these are the Big Twist brand because Big Twist is a Joann's brand. So once they're gone, this is like going to be like one of the few remnants left of their brand that I own. So there's that. These are 9mm, by the way, US 13. I hope that these aren't bad knitting needles because I've never knit before, and these were pretty cheap, which is why I got them. I also got this book, which has 60 different granny square patterns that you can do. Like there's quadrants. I don't know, let's flip some pages so you can see. This one's pretty cool. What is it called? A marina. It's actually really cool. It looks kind of like a snowflake. I have a lot more granny square ideas now. I've been getting most of them off of YouTube and just writing down the instructions like in my notes app on my phone, which does work. And then this is nice too because it has like the stitch, like, what would you call this? Almost like a map, but not really a map. But it's like a stitch. Why can't I think of the word? It's like a pattern, but it only shows the stitches in the color yarn it's supposed to be. I don't know, but this was cool. I like this. It was like $20 before their discount, and their books are still only 20% off. So I think it was like 16 is 20% off. It's not bad, I think, for the price. I mean, I would have paid 16 for this. I mean, even if it wasn't on sale, 20 bucks is not bad for 60 different crochet patterns. And it has written instructions, the photos, and it also has like projects that you can do with the granny squares, which is nice. So it's not just, hey, here's a bunch of granny squares. It's here's a bunch of granny squares, and here's what you can also do with them when you do it. So I thought this was pretty cool. So this stuff is also from the Big Twist brand. I got these sticky notes that actually match the bag that I got. It basically just has like the tarot card version of like sewing, knitting, and crocheting. So I mean, I'm a sticky note person and I don't know if I'll use them. I don't think they even had any more left because I would have bought more when I went again today. And then I did get some patches. I got 4 of these like moth ones, and these are actually the Eddie Bauer brand. I really liked them and it felt wrong to only buy 2 or 3 and then leave like the last one. So that's why I bought all 4 that were left. And I really like how they look. I think that these are good just to like spice up the clothes that you have or cover up some repairs that you might need to make on some things. So I got these ones. I also got this koi fish one. It's 2 different koi fish kind of going around each other. Again, I thought it could be cool. And then the final one, I actually think I want to make like, I don't even know what, but some sort of like sweater, or maybe take one of my old sweaters that I like use and abuse and put this on it. And this just says Stitch Witch. It's a Big Twist branded patch and I really like it. This is annoying because I can't find one of the pins that I got, but I only have 2 out of the 3 for some reason. And it is so far these 2. I'll put on the screen the other ones. Well, it'll be like all 3 together. If you watch my YouTube shorts, you've seen them. I think I stuck it to something. These are super cute, and I really love the cat one with the yarn ball because if that isn't my little shadow bear, it is. Every time I'm crocheting something, she has to be right in my face with me, either trying to do it or trying to fight my yarn. Okay, I actually found the 3rd pin as I started moving some of this stuff around. It was stuck to a ball of yarn, and it is this one. It just says the Hermit, and it has a girl crocheting, and that's me. I love tarot and astrology, and now crocheting. It's like part of my personality. And now, the final bag. Oh my God, this is like ridiculous. This is ridiculous, and this is why this is my very last trip, because I cannot go into the store unsupervised anymore. I mean, it's not gonna last for much longer, but me and craft store, I need to stay out of some stores basically. But let's get into this final collection of items that I got now, again, post liquidation. And this is the very last trip. Just did a little move around, so then that way I'm not like fighting this bag and you're hearing the crinkling every 3 seconds. We'll start with like one of the more bulkier-ish items, and that's actually this garden stake thing. And it is a sun, and it is solar powered, which is nice. It's part of their spring collection, so it's counted as like the 40% off. And the moon one that they had wasn't bad, but I didn't like the shape of it, and I like how this one looks better, so I got the sun. It's very cute. I guess before we get into like the goods, like the yarn and the fabric, I did just want to say I finally got Fray Check. This has been suggested to me numerous times, specifically on actually my most viewed video, which I'll link up in the cards if you're interested. And it was my DIYing and upcycling my clothes until I'm obsessed with them video. Let it be known, I'm gonna put it out in the universe. I wanna do another one. I just really need the time to focus on doing it. Do I have that time right now? Not quite. Will I get there? Probably. But I did get this because I did want to try it. They had both kinds, but this is the one that has like the fabric guide, so you can kind of like guide your fabric through it and it won't get everywhere. Just know, you guys, I am gonna try it. I'll let you know what I think about it when I get there, if I need to use it for whatever reason. This would have been really useful for numerous things that I fixed actually recently, between a jacket and a car cover that were both ripped and fraying. This could have saved my life, but listen, when in doubt, E6000 is my best friend. So I can't wait to try this on fabrics, but I just wanted to say thank you everybody for those suggestions on literally my most viewed video on this channel. If it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be learning half the stuff that I now like learn, you know, post Project Clarity. So I guess let's get into fabric first, because that is what I have the least amount of. And we'll start with this seersucker striped material. This is actually considered a remnant. There was barely anything on the bowl. It was like, I think 4 inches shy of it being a full yard. And I think I want to make some pajama shorts out of this. It's like the perfect boxer short kind of material. It's soft, it's airy, and I think it would be good for the summertime, like for pajama shorts. And then same thing, I believe this is also a type of seersucker. It is like this mauve kind of plaid material. I was thinking I could either also make pajama shorts out of it or something. I was gonna originally only get 1 yard, but then when she measured it out, it was like, I think I want 2, because the way that the material is, you can see it was not cut on the lines to make it super straight, which is fine. It's not her fault. I mean, it's a moving material. They had 3 people at the cutting counter, cutting and doing everything for everybody and, you know, getting the stuff done. So I was like, you know what? Before you cut that, just add another yard on it, because that way if I want to account and make my lines nice, I have a little bit to kind of get rid of and play with. That was my line of thinking. I don't know, let me know if I was kind of valid in that. Finally, for fabric, I actually got 3 yards of this strawberry printed brushed flannel. Now it says it's not intended for children's sleepwear, but it doesn't say it's not intended for my sleepwear. So I think I actually want to make some sort of like pajama pants out of this, because I love the pattern and it's super soft. So I think pajama pants would be lovely out of this material. And then whatever's extra I can use for anything really, for that matter. But I got 3 yards because better safe than sorry. Do I need 3 yards to make pants? Absolutely not. I really don't. I could probably make like 2 pairs of pants and like some shorts out of this. So now we're gonna get into some yarn, and I think I went yarn crazy. I definitely was not going as crazy as some other people that were there. There were some people that literally, their cart was like a mountain of yarn, and they were just pushing it around and adding more to it. Power to you, okay? I wish I knew a little bit more about like the crocheting and knitting that I want to get into, but I just don't. So I try to just get what made sense for what I know I want to do and make, because I figured if I'm not coming up with something to make out of the yarn, there's no point in me getting it. So we'll start with my most optimistic purchase, and that is these 2 giant balls of Aunt Lydia's basically lace yarn. I know what you're thinking, I am psychotic, but hear me out. I want to teach myself how to fillet crochet. It has come upon me lately because of like TikTok and stuff, but also semi-recently, my grandmother actually gave me the opportunity to go through a bunch of old linens that she had, and some of that stuff was stuff that either, I can't remember which she said, if it was my great-grandmother or her great-grandmother that made it, but there was one, I'm pretty sure it's filet crochet piece in there. Right now it is on my, like, I have like this wood thing in my sewing room with my records and record player on it, and it is underneath that, and it's basically like a doily. That's basically what filet crochet is, and I just think it's so beautiful. I thought it would be really cool to try to teach myself how to do it. You know, I think it made sense to buy the yarn that I needed. I got these ginormous ones because they were like $23, $24 originally, so the sale did make it like $18. So I feel like it's not bad considering. I knew as soon as I put these in my cart, then I was probably gonna be spending a lot more than I wanted to. And these are the only two in the same exact color. So up next, I got this Bernat blanket yarn, and I was thinking I could either make some sort of like lap blanket, or I could make myself a cushion for my gaming chair. I don't know, I really just like the colors, which is the main reason why I bought this. So regardless of what I make it into, I think that this will be really nice. It is super soft too, which is nice. And I just love the colors. I'm happy that this color was still there when I went, because I could not stop looking at this yarn the first time I went during liquidation. So imagine my surprise when I saw a bunch of it. I probably put, so to make a blanket, you need like 4 of these, and I probably took 2 more in and out of my cart 4 different times because I just wasn't decided. But I'm gonna show you what I am gonna make a blanket out of right now. And that is this Bernat Forever Fleece material. So it says on here that to make a crocheted blanket, you do need 6 balls, and they only had 4 of this color. So on top of that, I got 2 more of a different color, and it's this super dark, like charcoal gray. I don't know how great that these are gonna look together, but I was thinking I could do like a every other situation, but then there's still like 1 extra. So I don't really know how I wanna figure out the striping situation. Let me know what you think, because I'm not positive. But also it does say that this is a bordered blanket. So if this could be like the inside and then these 2 could be the border, that would be cool too. I got some neutral colors because I asked Mark, my husband, if he like thought I should do like a colorful blanket or a neutral one. And after not really finding any good neutrals of this material, that's why I was gonna be like, oh, I'll just make a blanket out of this, but that's gonna be like super bright and crazy. I came across this after like my 4th pass through the aisles. So worst comes to worst, if I don't end up liking how it's looking as a blanket, I can make a bunch of different other things out of this. Now the very final item is even more yarn, obviously, and it is 7 skeins of this really pretty like bluish purple. It looks more purple in store, but at my house now, it looks more blue. It's in the color Denali. It is the KC Essential Cotton, and I thought that maybe crocheting a sweater or cardigan out of this would be really nice. I really like the colors, and it will work out to be like a striped look. So I think I will actually make a cardigan out of this material. And that is everything that I bought from Joann's within basically the last month. You gonna come up here, Bear? Little Boo Bears is very excited to go play in this giant pile of yarn next to me, which is why I'm holding her. But I just wanted to thank you all so very much for watching, for subscribing. Thank you for 726 subscribers. I cannot believe it. We are like on the up and up. We are very close to 1,000. When I hit 1,000, I can technically start making AdSense on my videos, which is pretty cool. If you're interested in this kind of content, thrifting, crocheting, teaching yourself how to do things, generally anything for that matter, because I kind of just do whatever I want to do, let me know what you think. And with that, me and Shadow will see you in the next video. Right, Shadow? All right. Bye.